Almighty and ever-living God, we praise and glorify your name. We thank you for the countless blessings that you have bestowed on us, especially the gift of life. We hope and pray that you send forth your Holy Spirit in each one of us and continue to guide us in everything that we do and in everywhere that we go. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, so good evening once again, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Evening, everyone.
Good
Okay, so we are going to learn a new topic
Good evening,
for
ma'am.
good evening, everyone. So we are going to learn a new topic for this evening. So let me first share my screen. Okay. Now, for tonight's topic, sorry kay kaban ha, no? For tonight's topic, we are going to learn about localization. Now, is this your first time hearing the word localization, everyone? Or have you heard the term localization before, no, in the subjects or in the subjects that you have encountered, or for example, in anything that you have read, came across so far? So, is the word localization new to you, or are you familiar with it already? Anyone? You can just answer a simple yes, ma'am, it's familiar, or no. If you're familiar with the
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Now, since some of you are familiar with the word localization, what usually comes into your mind every time that you encounter this word?
About local, ma'am.
About local. Okay. So, that is correct, no? What else? Other than about locality, about local, no? So, yung concept, no? The context of localization. You have any idea what it is? Usually in the tourism industry or hospitality industry, we sometimes encounter these words, no? Localization. Before tang mag-globalization, localization o sata. Although si Ace naman ang ga-answer. How about the others? Okay, so it seems the others have no idea yet what is localization, no? So, I will be sharing a video uh, that further explains what is localization, and I do hope the concept that you have of localization um, will also be correct, no? Or let's say, sakto siya sa inyong expectations or inyong own definition of localization sa video that I will be showing tonight. Okay, others would define it as, you know, being local, or for example, no, having an aspect of staying within the locality. So let us try to see if your concept of localization is also correct based on this video. Okay, let me just share my screen again. And I will direct you to a YouTube video which explains localization. Okay, actually, correct mo to ang concept nga yung gi-share kanina, no? But let us take it further pa jud, no? For you to fully understand what it is and how it is applied, not just to businesses, but also to our own industry, no? The tourism industry and hospitality industry are basically part of business, and that's why it's under the College of Business Management, because the tourism or hospitality industry functions actually as a business, no? We market our services, we make sure that we offer quality services also, so that our customers will be satisfied and they would um, go back to our establishment again, no? And basically our lifeblood is the tourism expenditures, or the money that is spent by our tourists every time they spend it on different tourism products and services that we offer in our hotel, no, or other hospitality establishments. Let me just share my screen so that, okay, wait lang for a while ha. It takes some time to load, no, long to type, no, and sometimes it's a mouthful to read, no. Sometimes we call it L10N. So L is basically the first letter of localization, N is the last letter of localization, and then 10 is actually the number of words in between L and N nga comprise a word na localization. So usually, no, when we write and um, redundant na siya nga, sige na tong spell out ang localization, so that's why we convert it into the abbreviation, which is also acceptable in computing. Okay, so that was actually the video on localization. So it's not just, having products locally, but it's also translating, or let's say offering products, although it's not originating from this kind of country. Let's say you're going to sell products in the Philippines, but the product was not originally made from the Philippines, so it's actually from a foreign country, but they want to actually meet the needs of the locals there, and would actually want to also um, make the product feel nga it's relatable to the consumers in the Philippines. So that's why they apply localization. It's also different with globalization, meaning you design certain products or services in the hospitality and tourism industry so that it will be at par with international standards. Instead, no, when you talk about localization, you're going to um, penetrate. No, you're going to penetrate a certain country with your products and services, but you're going to do it with localization so that your product will become relatable. It will not be hard for the tourists to understand, no, or the consumers to understand in a specific country, because you're making your content more relatable and easier for them to comprehend, knowing that, for example, if your products are actually translated in a different language, or for example, if you're offering services that are really different from the country that you're selling it to, no. Let me share my screen so that, okay. So our third lesson is localization, and I'm going to compress lesson 4 also with this one. Lesson 4 is basically the importance of localization. So lesson 3 is not really that long. So if ever that we do have the time, we're just going to finish it entirely. And then there's an activity also that deals with localization after this one, so that we're going to synthesize everything that you have learned from this lesson. So there's only one learning outcome, and that is to present the definition and importance of localization. So you'll be able to explain the concept of localization and discuss its importance in business. So we took a 360 turn, no, with our discussion. We started off with history. That's one way of adapting localization first, getting to know the history and culture of the province and city where we currently live in and studied, no? Kaya syempre, that's the first step in applying localization, doing research, adapting to the culture of a certain place, no, wherein you would like to do business in. So, muna una, no, knowing our historical roots first, then we apply localization before we deal with globalization. And let us take note that the hospitality and tourism industry, again, like what I've said, it's under the College of Business for a reason. Even sa mga departmento, ang tourism o business ad na mo is under one college. The reason is not only that the tourism department in our school also offers business related subjects that is similar to the business administration program, but take note that the program is hospitality management, tourism management. It's from the word management. You're actually trained, educated to become managers in the future or business owners. You're not just trained to become employees in the hospitality industry, but you also have to learn how to become managers. The tourism and hospitality industry acts like a business. We sell products and services. Maybe our services or products might be different from the typical stores that we see nga mga physical products lang siya. With our industry, it's more on service oriented, so we provide ano siya, no? Housekeeping, front office services, no? F&B, although na may tangible products F&B in a form of food, no? But most of that deals with with service, no? Although service man ang ginahatag, it's intangible and it's psychological in nature ang hospitality industry. Like what we discussed from the first semester palandano sa atong micro perspective, it's psychological in nature, but it still acts as a business. We need to market it, we need to advertise it, we need to encourage more tourists or guests to um pay for our products and services or avail our products and services, because without the tourism expenditures, without our guests nga mo spend money sa tong services, our business or our like hospitality establishment will not thrive. Okay, so negosyo ra Japon, no kanang hotel negosyo man na, no kanang mga resorts, no, people pay for our services and that is typically business. Even schools, no, schools are a type of businesses, no, so mabitaw na siya nga it's not only ideal to have administrators who have knowledge in education, it's also very vital to have administrators who have knowledge in business, school administrators who have knowledge in business. Because running a school is like running a business. If you don't provide quality service like quality education or, for example, quality facilities, no one will enroll in your school. Okay, usa man na ang makapakuan pud sa eskwelahan nga daghan siya pud mo enroll, especially sa mga private, because we rely so much on the tuition fees of our students. We're not like state universities wherein the government actually provides funding. That's why it's far more affordable to study in state universities because they are supported, no, syempre with taxpayers money. Sa in our case, if we don't get like a lot of students, our school will not thrive because we rely so much on tuition fees. uh we we cannot afford our day-to-day like operational cost if wala po ni mga estudyante. So basically that's how private schools run. So negosyo po na siya, no, because how can you encourage more students to enroll in your school if you don't provide them with quality service like teaching, um at the same time the facilities that is offered also sa school as well, no. Wait lang guys, kind of freeze. Oh wait, okay. So, what is localization or L10N? Mo ni siya kung ano, in computing, we shorten it to L10N. So, localization is the adaptation of a product or service to meet the needs of a particular language, culture, or desired population. Basically, in localization, we adapt our products and services to the locality. And this is not just applied from foreign countries to one foreign country. Like, mo adapt ang Philippines sa pagsal silang product sa laing nasod kay tungod lahi ang ilahang custom and traditions dito. Dili na pud na siya maglimit dira. Localization can even apply within the country or domestically, no. Like for example, um there are some branches, for example, sa fast food or restaurant chains that offers this one sa ilahang they call this sa mga regions nga daghag Muslim, knowing that haram food is not allowed sa ilahang religion, so na-change ilahang menu. Or for example, sa kani nga branch ng restaurant sa different kind of kuan, sa different kind nga region, more siya on seafood kay kalabanan sa mga like ang abundant dito nga types of products nila dito is seafood. Nga na, no? So sometimes even like local restaurants would tend to adapt their menu or would tend to adapt their products and services depending on the location of their business. Kung sa Manila ang ilang restaurant gasel og pork, pero pag abot sila Mindanao nga branch, knowing that majority of the locals there kay mga Muslim, they offer halal food that is lawful and acceptable sa ilahang religion, so they don't offer pork. They have vegetarian options as well. Okay, so may ana. So again, localization is the adaptation of a product or service to meet the needs of a particular language, culture, desired populations, look, and feel. A successfully localized service or product is one that appears to have been developed within the local culture. The aim of localization is to give a product rather the look and feel of having been created specifically for a target market. Take for example, we all know Pizza Hut, no? Mostly has like the typical pork, pepperoni, bell peppers, mo na usually ang mga common nila nga ingredients or toppings sa ilang nga pizza. But once they offer like they had a Pizza Hut branch, no, nag-branch out sila sa Pakistan or other Muslim countries, they tend to change their menu to acceptable like halal, no, nga like beef or shawarma, kay it's made of beef, no, shawarma nga type of pizza. Although na naman tayo shawarma diri pud sa Philippines, no, but I mean most of the toppings nila dito does not include pork or bacon, no. Mostly it's beef because it would make the consumers feel nga that product is specifically made for them. Like, syempre ikaw as a consumer, may ka nga, hello, wow, like typically, ang Pizza Hut, diba, kasal man sila pork, kasal man sila ka ng bacon toppings, pero because they listen and they care so much silang mga consumers, they actually change their menu so that it would fit to our religion. May ana ba? Okay? So, that's localization. To change the overall product, no? Wala may mulambo pod class if ang product itself, nagpabilin lang siya nga as is ra siya and you sell it to other countries and to other places. Syempre, ang mga lain-lain nga tao kapuyo sa lain-lain nga lugar, lain-lain man lang naandan, lain-lain lang relihiyon, lain-lain ang ilahang culture. So, if you don't actually adapt your product to the culture and traditions of a certain group of people in a certain place, so you're not actually applying localization. Okay? So, no matter ilang language, culture, or location, you design the product according sa ilahang needs, according sa ilang preferences. When you're still in first year, no, I'm actually got-teach man ko pod sa business ad and then sa tourism. This is what I would usually tell them, no, especially in like in marketing. We listen to the preference of our target market. Our target market are the actually people. Mo siyang target market, no, or the actual people nga tong baligyaan sa tong product. Okay. Take for example, I'll give you an example of a target market. Take for example, ang target market class is, tuloy butang, whole population of San Carlos City or whole population of Sagay. But, imong gidesign imong product nga specific ra siya for a certain target market. Okay? Ang imong gipili nga target market kay kanang mga teenagers to young adulthood, usually women. Okay? Nabis mga 18, 19 to young 20s to 25. So, since mo mong selected target market based on demographics like their gender and age group nila, you design products nga mo fit silang age group. Syempre, di ka mo baligya og kanang dili mo angay silang edad, no? Dili rin mo fit silang age group, no? You always design products that is targeted specifically silang age group so that they will be encouraged to buy. Okay? So, ingana na siya. In some business contexts, the word localization may be shortened to L10N. The 10 represents the 10 words between the word's first letter L and the last letter N. Okay? So, ako na siya na-discuss kanina. Okay, wala siya next. Okay, so why is localization very important to business? So, to stay relevant in the global sphere, you have to be able to communicate with your audiences effectively. If you are preparing to take your company globally, localization will play a critical role in its success. So, syempre, before we take it globally, we have to start first locally. Okay? That's why localization is very important. So, we do further research. I think, katong nakita nyo sa video, di ba? They designed a certain car. So, this is what happens when you don't do research and you do localization. You research they develop a certain car. The word merd is pu, no, or tae, no, in their language, no, sa France. If you're selling that kind of car sa France, people would make fun of it. So siguro ikaw, if you're an American manufacturer of that vehicle, you won't find anything funny, ana, kaya syempre, you're not aware that merde in French is poop, no? So, parang nakaka wow, it's fancy, no? It sounds fancy because it's French, but you're not really aware that it's literally poop, no? Ang name sa merd, kay mo na ang brand name sa sakyanan. Another example, I think all of you are aware katong bag-o nga Disney. I will not say the word because it's koan, although you're all adults here. Oh, sure naka-record mo po dyan online po kayo paminaw. So, di ba you are aware of katong bag-o nga African series sa Disney? Nya na viral siya og kanang nadugay siya og human og viral because of the name of the gecko. Gecko ba to siya? Murag toko, no? Ay, if you can understand toko, in our language call it toko, no? Katong gamay nga lizard ba, no? Nya, kung man to siya robot, man to siya nya. Sila nga sa Africa nila nga language, it doesn't really sound ko ano, bastos or unsa. And then ang mga Tagalogs pod, they have a hard time, understanding it kay syempre that word doesn't really mean that much in our language. But sorry, wait. Let me just charge my laptop. So, sa Bisaya, no, syempre the word nga pangalan atong sa lizard sounds sorry. Wait lang. Okay. Sounds very inappropriate, no? Kaya syempre, it's a male male reproductive organ. Okay, that starts with letter O. So, muti pangalan sa syempre all throughout kay syempre bida man to siya nga lizard, di man to pwede nga do research that much daw. Pero noon, no, for them, wait lang kay medyo naghang akong laptop. Okay, for a while. Okay. Let me continue. So sorry about that. Hang siya kadali. Okay. So, for them, dili man ka siya naka-malicious, but syempre for us, no, we find it kind of malicious and funny because the name of the animal, companion atong bida, which is bida po to siya nga lizard, no, his name is actually the male reproductive organ in Bisaya, you know. So, in localization, it's really important to do research. Okay? Other than to avoid selling product nga labeled inappropriately in their language. Para sa another example. Uso naman karon ang ang Avatar, Legend of Aang. Ang name ni Katara in other languages changed to Tamara. I think in Greece it changed to Tamara because Tamara is Katara actually in their language translates to curse. Like in their literal nga language, it translates to curse, that which is not really good for the show. That's why they tend to change it. That's different. Like in Coca-Cola, when you market Coca-Cola products in the Philippines, it's geared towards family, belongingness, having Coke as like a part of your family meal. Because as Filipinos, we really do value the importance of family. We're very close-knit when it comes to family, having family bonding, knowing ana. Pero kung ato kasalain nga nasod, Coca-Cola is actually treated as a thirst quencher, no? Just like Pepsi nga mura siya kanang addition to your adventurous lifestyle, maraging ana, no? So lain-lain ang ilahang take on advertisements depending also of the locality, no, and also depending on the certain country. So there are 5 benefits that you'll reap by augmenting your business with localization as its strategy. So localization is much more than Gabler siya. Much more than just direct translation. It's all about carefully refining and adapting content to resonate with culture and to meet local peculiarities. Okay? Companies can often do spend millions crafting global campaigns only to find that their new slogan translates into something that wasn't intended in their own country, often with hilarious or downright offensive results. So, perfect example of that. Ay, sorry. Ako microphone ito. Itong nawala na akong audio. Asan ako dapit ato nag-stop? Anyone? Wala siya nakakuan kung asa ko dapit nag-stop.
Sa ano sa localization important in business.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Ayun lang. Let me share my screen again. So, sorry about that, no? Kaya usay magbisyo kung Google Meet sa kuan sa laptop. Okay. So, again, no? Localization is more than just
Sa ano sa localization important in
direct
business.
translation. It's about carefully refining and adapting content to resonate with culture and to meet local peculiarities. So companies can often do spend millions crafting global campaigns only to find that their new slogan translates into something that wasn't already intended in their target country, often with hilarious or downright offensive results. No? Perfect example of that is katong natabo sa MERD nga vehicle, wherein syempre no, they had pure intentions with it, and then unfortunately that word merd translated into something that is actually offensive, no, which is poop. I don't know if poop is offensive sila, pero it's hilarious because the word poop is actually translated, no, sa katong nga word sa France. And then another part sa itong akong gimension, no, nga, they had to change the names of the characters in certain TV shows because in other countries it would mean differently. No, hopefully sa Philippines usbon to nila ang katong series nga katong Africano nga ang pangalan sa ilahang lizard kay male reproductive organ na starts with letter O. Syempre dugay na kanang himo na to siya meme, daga na kayo kanang nag-made fun ato. Nya nasa like promotional material atong lizard. Nya good intentions jud kayo ang Disney ato nya tingala sila nga daghan kayo og kanang laugh reaction. Kaya syempre dili sila aware nga katong nga name sa katong nga lizard nga one of the main characters atong nga series, no, like mara siya og Wakanda kay futuristic na siya nga Africa, kay it is actually ko ano a male reproductive organ and then himo noon siya kataw-anan, no. So that's why it's really important nga you follow localization. You're not just merely translating a certain word into a different country if it's possible to change it, okay. And mao man na siya no, naiuban nga mag-localization po siya because it's not really allowed in their country to do that. One example ana para sa nang ka Katy Perry nga teenage dream niya nga album no katong ang ano ni Katy Perry is nakahapa siya sa clouds, mo siya cotton candy nga clouds. And then syempre no kanang wala na siya gi-wear. Pero syempre natabunan dito para dili pod inga naka-revealing pod. And dili man kay na that's frowned upon in Muslim countries or in the Middle East. So if she has to sell her album sa kanang Middle East countries, she has to change like dapat tabon jud tanan nga walay makita ang iyang ankles, di makita iyang shoulders nga mark as if wala siya sinina, no? So kitabunan siya. Same goes with like I don't know if some of you are anime enthusiasts like Attack on Titan, no? Like other Muslim countries butangan sila pants. Kaya syempre dili mo puding ana jud kabastos ang mga like titans jud nga mga kuano, but syempre wala man jud na sila genitalia jud ang kanang mga titans, pero it's still inappropriate in their own religion. That's why they put clothing, no? So dagag mga changes actually. It's not just translating because sometimes we think of localization nga ay kanang since dili man sila ka-intindi sa ako ang product because it's written in my own dialect, I'll translate it to English or I'll translate it to their own language so that they'll understand. That's what localization is all about lang. Although, naampo na siya instances ngayon ang localization, but it's not only limited to translating. It's also doing further research so that you understand what is inappropriate and acceptable sa culture sa ubang countries nga dito nimo gina-advertise imong product. So localization will help to prevent you from falling head over heels into pitfalls like these. Okay? So, mga pitfalls gani kanang mga kuano, o nga certain instances nga wherein it will lead you to failure, no? And not only that, it will make your clientele feel nga the product is really modified, no, to fit their needs. Para sa tong mga example sa McDonald's, no, mag-offer sila og kanang like sa Hawaii, mag-offer sila og kanang Mac-Aloo-Tiki, no? Ang Mac-Aloo-Tiki is a Mac burger per naa siya certain hints of like pineapple, which is like very kuan kayo sa Hawaii, or for example sa Pizza Hut nga go-offer sila shawarma pizza, or instead of pork and bacon nga toppings, they offer halal toppings like other vegetables and beef. Okay? And then naapoy mga instances like for example in McDonald's, perfect example just in McDonald's kay di ba here in the Philippines, since our staple food is rice, so that's why ang ilang ginabutang as part sa meal is rice with chicken. But if you go to UK, ilang McDonald's kay fish and chips, which is a traditional and staple food pod sa England, no? Ito sa UK ang fish and chips. Okay? So ang fish and chips is kanang kuan na siya wedges of potato, mo lang tawag sa chips, and ang fish is syempre ang kanang breaded siya nga fish na masyag fish fillet. Okay? Ilang side dish kay mga like chickpeas, no, mga ana, unlike sa ato kay naman tay other take on. And then for example, our spaghetti is sweeter compared to other na pud nga spaghetti sa McDonald's. Yeah. Magdepende per location. So nga na, no, na ay para sa nag-KitKat pod na ay uban nga mga flavors nga available sa Japan kay nag-localization jud si KitKat, no, nga na jud sila like wasabi, matcha flavor, sakura flavor nya sa tuwa kay wa jud na ing mga ingana kay syempre ato is like the typical lang nga naanda na to nga mga flavors. So that's an example, okay? That's an example of localization. Most especially if like McDonald's will offer like ube flavored ng mga desserts, and ube is very popular here in the Philippines. That's an example of localization. Knowing that McDonald's is American fast food chain, right? So it adds appeal. It makes your consumers feel that you really care about them and you're willing to customize your product so that it would meet their needs. Okay. So the ability to expand a company's potential customer base is essential in today's globalized world. Adapting existing products to new markets through translation and localization management is key for global growth. So when you apply professional localization, it will help you to decrease the barrier for new potential customers. as localized product fits local market conditions better and lower cultural barriers. And it means that as a business, if you partake in localization, you're basically adapting your business to the culture of other people, to the culture of other countries. So localization allows more consumers to learn about your products and increase your customer base. Okay? So the more a consumer is very familiar with the products that you are selling because you design it to fit to their preferences, the more sila ma-encourage to buy your products. Okay? Mura good na siya good as Filipinos, diba? Even if you go abroad, masking puno na kadira og kanang mga pagkaon sa laing nasod, eventually at the end of the day, you would still look for Filipino food. And you will be enticed over something that is familiar to you. Okay? That's how our brain works. We find comfort in the familiar. So, mahugot at ako ano, pero sige, let us move forward. So, ingana na siya, no? If we provide our products, mga ginabuhat sa McDonald's, McDonald's will always be a perfect example. And even Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is a sugary drink, no? But it's so popular. Why? Because they sell an idea, okay? And the kind of idea that happiness is in this bottle of Coke, no? And their campaigns really differ from one country to another. It really differs. So that's what also makes Coca-Cola earn its success. No? So inga na, do localization. Adapt your product to the different culture and needs of your different target market. Okay, mo expand man kuno daghan mo ang ma-encourage to buy from you. Okay? Para sa na mo expand ka sa other Muslim communities. Imbes katurang mga Kristiyano or mga allowed to eat pork rang makapalit sa imuha nga restaurant, if you offer like vegetarian pa jud nga options and even halal food, that would increase your target market, no? Daghan na nuo mapalit sa imuha from lain-lain nga cultural backgrounds, no? Lain-lain ang ilang mga preferences. Labi na kung offer kag wide range of menu that can also cater to people with different kinds of diet, no? Nga uban nga ginantay mo try sa inyong food pero dili man siya pwede mo kaon og meat, no? Or kumakaon siya like pescatarian lang nga diet iyaha or mas prefer niya ang vegetarian, no? So if you offer those kind of food sa ilaha, that they would actually be encouraged to buy more and patronize your product. So localization as we know today has grown leaps and bounds to accommodate people from 190 countries with significant difference in dialects. The trend of adapting content or product to a region dates back in the 1980s when American software giants began deploying their software outside USA. Today, brands across the world not only translate their content to regional languages. So karon no makita nimo nga even gani when you buy like phone or when you buy something that is not manufactured here in the Philippines, it is often translated into several languages. Like for example, when you look at your phone, it's manufactured elsewhere. It's not here in the Philippines manufactured like your iPhone or your smartphone. And then you see in their unsa na kanang marag instruction booklet, no? Marag handbook nila no manual, you can see that it's translated to different languages because it caters not just users nga that can understand English, but it also caters to different countries pod. Netflix, for example, is also a perfect example of translating and adapting their content to different countries. Okay? They curate it, they design it to specific like and taste of a region. Netflix is not a Philippine like media company, no. So Netflix actually started like place a Blockbuster. Di po makita ko sa una, no. Kung mga namang sa younger generations, no. Ako sa una, since I was born 1997, but don't worry, no, bata pa 27 pa. I was born 1997. I used to remember when I was young, we don't have internet yet. No? I mean, smartphones. what we usually do is wait, never. What we usually do is we go outside. We go to rental shops, and then in rental shops, guys, we rent um either DVD. So una kay kanang mag VHS panabot ko kaabot po ko VHS pero kanang may ana nga mga dagko nga tapes. So we rent it, no? Example, rent mo na siya for 3 days, mobayad mi, and then we watch the movie, then we return it. Yan na, diyan na nag-start ang Netflix. Or nagpar sa Blockbuster. And then, paunahan na, mara po nagga-borrow kag book sa library ba? Yung nga kind of setup sa una. We borrow DVDs or VHS, and then we pay for it, then we watch the movie, then we return it after several days. Then, kaya usually mahal man gud na ang mga like Blu-ray, nga DVDs, guys, no. Mahal man na siya, guys. So, kadang uban na nga gapatukod nga nga kind of business, gapalit jud sila na nga mga CD. Kay para ilan lang ipahulam. Nga pila po nakaka-copy sana. And then I remember just like in the library, lantaw naman ang mga titles sa mga salida. Kaya naka-stack mo na siya. They're stacked up like books. It started first nga na ang Netflix. Later on, na during the pandemic, ning sikat pa na siya maayo, no, as one of kanang mga video viewing platforms. Nagkamadugay, no, nga naka-popular siya. Kita ninyo nga, curated kayo ang content sa Netflix based not only on your algorithm, but based on the country where you're from. So, muna, top 10 in the Philippines. So, syempre, kabalo man siya nga, naka sa Philippines, nagkuhan. If you change your location, lahi na po nga top 10 ang iyang i-introduce sa imo. Especially, like, for example, nag-migrate abi ka sa US. So, top 10 in USA. No, top 10 in Canada. So, mga top 10 movies nga very popular in Canada. Okay? So, sa Philippines, mo po na ang i-suggest, no? Ang mga top 10 movies nga kalaban na ginalantaw sa mga Filipino. So, top 10 in the Philippines. Okay, and then, top 10 globally. No? Ano siya. So, ingana na, guys, no? And also, it offers several translations pod, no? Or subtitles. Okay? Nalagani mga dubbing, no? Karon naiuban nga mga movies sa Netflix nga, you can even dub it sa Tagalog, no? If you prefer nga i-dub siya in Tagalog. Okay, let me to the next. Wait lang. Siya mo next, kadali lang siya da. Wait for a while. Actually, it takes a while to load. Okay. Layo na nung kay ko. Okay. So, localization process can speed also the time it takes to enter new markets by having localized products to help overcome cultural barriers. So, instead nga maglisod ka pag una to actually sell products, no, sa kanang specific country or region, it would be easier enough for you knowing that you are designing your product to fit the needs and taste and preferences sa mga consumers living there. Okay? At first, it was difficult to sell your products there kay syempre it's new, it's from a foreign country. But when you later offer products that is, you know, customized to fit the Filipino preference, to fit the Filipino needs, so the more sila ma-encourage to buy your product. Okay? Companies that localize content tend to see improvements in engagement and market share from an ever more diverse clientele. Because the more your clientele or the more your consumers can relate to your product, the more they will be encouraged to patronize it, to buy it. So from a business perspective, this means gaining a competitive advantage by the rapid and flexible deployment of products. Okay. So an example company that have built an amazing connection with its global audience by implementing outstanding localization strategies. Perfect example is Netflix viewing data reveals that 9 out of every 10 people watch the German TV series Dark live outside of Germany. Why are they so successful with localization? Since it's a German TV series, it's actually spoken in German, no? But people can still watch it and enjoy it because Netflix offers several options for you to understand it, like subtitles and dubbing. That is oftentimes what we see in like K-drama, 'di ba? No nga. Usually kasi nga K-drama targeted ra ni siya sa mga Korean nga mulantag mga uh, Korean telenovelas no or Korean drama, but na-patronize siya sa other fans outside of Korea because Netflix provided, and not just Netflix, no, other um, viewing platforms, they actually allow subtitles for other consumers to. Amazing part of Netflix is not just limited to translating it in English. They can also provide subtitles in the language of your choice, given that it's available also sa laha nga database. Okay? Napag-isali dubbing, no? In another report by Quartz India, the top shows watched by people in India are Narcos, Stranger Things, 13 Reasons Why, Riverdale, Black Mirror, and Chef's Table. And these series and TV shows are actually American TV shows, no? And the reason why it's still patronized by people in India is because they provide subtitles, no? Pangmasa jud siya no kay because they provide subtitles and also dubbing so that other consumers can understand, what they are watching. So this is a classic example of a successful globalization and localization strategy. Netflix is able to capture a vast global audience by allowing users worldwide to view subtitles in a language of their choice or choose a dubbed version of the show or movie. Not only that, no, we get to enjoy foreign shows as well, not just K-drama, but other foreign shows that are very popular in other countries. We get to understand it due to Netflix localization strategy. What is wrong? Okay. So, localization doesn't just end there for Netflix. They've even localized the app navigation and user interface for different countries. That's why what you see in your like Netflix no nga mugawas dira top 10 in the Philippines because they actually localize the app and they only show what are the top leading TV shows based on what country you are from. So when you travel to the US, you will not be expecting to see top 10 in the Philippines anymore, but top 10 in the United States. Okay? So it's pseudo localization to account for 25 languages and scripts. In pseudo location, the software assigns space for one, two or more words after the standard English text to account for increase in total characters required for a different language. So, kaedad rami ni Netflix, no? Netflix started its operation way back in 1997. So, 27 years na si Netflix. So, first, it started as an online DVD rental. Like what I said, like Blockbuster, no nga. Hulam-hulam lang dyan naman naka sa library. But instead of books, those are like DVD, ang ginaparenta, no? Or na-struggle sa una niya. Dapat make sure nga di magaras, kaya di na ma-play mo, karat na unya, no? Wala so na ang struggle. So, in 2007, they launched their streaming platform primarily for the US market. So they started with the US first. With about 7.48 million subscribers, most who have subscribed to the DVD rental service. So because I've noticed nga, it's far more convenient for them to have a streaming platform, knowing that people would prefer to stay at home and watch it at the comforts of their own home rather than going outside. And that's what we did. No, increase ng popularity. Although Netflix started way back in 2007, it increased its popularity even more during the pandemic when we know we don't have any means to go to the cinema, to go to movies, no? We don't have the means to do that anymore. So Netflix came and actually, made our pandemic and lockdown bearable. Okay. We are just going to end here. Later na ako ni hatag ang assignment siguro at the end of lesson 3 and 4 because this is the end of lesson 3. Next meeting, I will give you lesson 4 and then I will introduce to you this activity for you to do. Next week na lang, no, kay para medyo kalma-kalma lang sa taron sa activity. Discussion lang ta tonight and then next week na ang lesson and then activity afterwards. Okay? Go back. So we're done for lesson 3. Lesson 4 will be next week. Again, I would like to ask, when is your scheduled midterm exam? Would it be after the Holy Week? Hello?
The third week siguro miss ang April.
Okay. So we still have time to discuss more on localization. And then siguro, hopefully, if we can also add globalization in there, para at least taas atong coverage for midterm. I will also be giving instructions for output or project ninyo at the end. Finals na lang na siya no by May.
The third week siguro miss ang April.
I do hope nga. Okay.
Miss.
Okay. I do hope, guys, that you have submitted your outputs on time, ha, so that actually ganaman ang pako og check. Wala agabasa pa lang ko no. So I will just send the scores later on in your Google Classroom once I am done reading, and once I will give out the scores na, it will be reflected na in your Google Classroom. Okay, kaya Google Classroom
Miss.
nag-upload sa answers wala man sa Google Form. So no need to check your email. You just go directly to your Google Classroom. Okay, so since